I've officially been journaling every single day for 6 years. Where has the time gone? Hello everyone, my name is ShopCarrieWalker, and yes, I've been journaling for so long. I started when I was 6 years old, but I've been doing it every day for 6 years. Let's calculate how many days that is. So 365 times 6. And then there's been one leap year within those 6 years, so only add 1 day to that. So 6 times 365 plus 1, 2,191 days. That is so crazy. Trust me, it's hard for me to believe as well. If I didn't have this big stack of journals to like literally prove it to me, I would doubt it myself as well. I always say it's kind of like brushing your teeth. If you brush your teeth twice a day, which hopefully you do, you can't like look back and think in your lifetime all of the separate times that you've brushed your teeth, but you can look back and know that you brushed your teeth. Does that make sense? Like, you remember like that you've brushed your teeth, but you don't think like, okay, on January 27th, 2018, I was brushing my teeth with the opposite hand. You don't remember the situation. So I know that I've journaled, and I can like remember times that I've like sat down at my desk and written in my journal, or sometimes I've journaled in my bed. And I remember certain times that I've journaled, like when I've had a particularly memorable journal entry, I remember like what I was doing, where I was at, what was happening. But overall, I don't remember writing all of those journal entries. So it is really crazy to think that like I've been journaling for that long, if that makes sense. Also, my hair is really bothering me. It's like old curls, and I feel like it was much cuter before it started to die. And my hair is kind of greasy, so whatever. Anyway, I wanted to just like have a chill, casual video today to recognize the 6 years. I don't have any plan for this video. A lot of the times when I sit down to film, I like have like a bulleted list of things I want to talk about, or like a plan or something of that sort, but I literally have no plan for this one, which is kind of symbolic for journaling, because a lot of the times when I sit down and write in my journal, I have no plan, and I feel like sometimes that can like result in the best journal entries, so maybe this will be a nice little video. I did make a video like this for my 5 years of journaling last year, which was a little bit more thoughtful and like planned out. Maybe I'll do like this video every year. It can be like a little annual check-in. But yeah, so I guess I just wanted to reflect back on my years of journaling. We've come a long way, not just from the past 6 years, but also when I first started journaling at 6 years old. And I still think it's so crazy that this is where my daily journaling started. So this is all 6 years of journaling, but then I'm looking at the viewfinder, by the way. Whoa, my journals are out of order. How did that happen? Did I do that? I'm like rethinking my whole life here. I did recently move my journals, so maybe I just like mindlessly set them back. I'm gonna hope that someone didn't tamper with my journals. Oh, that'd be good. Okay, well, this journal should be right there. And then these journals will go right back on top. Okay, well, anyway, starting at this journal, which it's easy to see because it has the little like latch thing on the journal. This is where my daily journaling started in 2017, January 1st, 2017. And then this is 6 years of journaling, not including the journal that I'm currently writing in. And then these 3 journals here up at the top were from 2008 to 2017, or like 2016. So it is just crazy, like the power of daily journaling, how much you can fill up when you write every single day, especially because a lot of the days, most of the days actually, I've only written a page a day, and it still fills up that many journals, which is just crazy to me. I think it would be cool to like eventually read back on all of my journals all at once. Well, that probably wouldn't be possible. It would probably have to be like over the span of like a long time, maybe like a week or 2 or 3 or 4. I don't know, because it's basically, it would be like reading so many books, like 22 plus my 23rd journal, like 23 different books to read all of my journals. But I feel like doing that would give me like a really good understanding of how I've grown as a person, a really thorough understanding, and it would be really fun to reflect back on all of that. But just thinking about it and not like physically looking at all of my like journal entries specifically within the past 6 years of daily journaling, I think it's just really interesting to think about how I started at the age of 14 in 2017, and now I'm 20, almost 21, and thinking about how it captures and holds some of the most transformative years of my life, some of my middle school years, all of my high school years, all of my college years so far, a global pandemic, so many different life changes. That's just really crazy. I really do want to stress though that journaling every day is not easy. And if I'm being honest, recently I feel like I've really felt the effects of that. When I first started daily journaling, it was like so much fun. It was new, it was exciting, and I also had more time on my hands at 14 years old. So I was able to spend a lot of time journaling and really getting into it, and that just made me so happy. And now I'm 20 and I know I'm gonna look back and be like, wow, I thought I was busy at 20 years old. But like, I'm running a whole business on my own with my YouTube channel and my Etsy and my TikTok and my Instagram and trying to make that work. I'm a full-time student. I've been working as an EMT as well, on top of like balancing a social life and family life and all of that stuff. So journaling every day when you're balancing a lot can be really difficult. I'm a busy gal, really busy, but like, I like that journaling every day keeps me grounded and ensures that I take time to spend on myself every day. But again, it's not always easy, and this past year especially, like, so many bad things happened in 2022. It was a really hard year. I wouldn't really classify it as a bad year because I feel like I had a really positive outlook the entire year and I felt okay overall, but just like thinking back about like everything that's happened this year, like I kind of went through a lot. And so I like that my journal has captured that so that I can like look back and reflect on those times. But at the same time, like when you're busy and going through stuff, it gets really hard to journal every day. Like the motivation just goes down a lot. And although I can recognize that like ultimately journaling and writing makes me happy, it definitely can feel like a chore when I feel really overwhelmed. And I always relate it to like going to the gym. A lot of the times like you don't want to go to the gym, but then once you do and you've worked out and you've gotten your body moving, you feel so much better. And a lot of the times it's like that with my daily journaling, where it's like I'm so tired, I'm so overwhelmed, I don't want to do it, but then once I do, I feel better. But in the times that I just like rush through my journal entry because I'm really tired or overwhelmed or whatever and just like don't want to do it, I'm like not reaping the full benefits of journaling. I'm neglecting my mental health, and I feel like I did that a lot this year. I don't even know the percentage that I've done it this year, but just like a lot of really rushed through journal entries, and I don't like that. I feel like a lot of people say that your physical space reflects your mental space, so that if you have a messy room, that means you have like a cluttered mind, which is actually one of the journal prompts in the journal prompt challenge thing that's going on in January. So definitely join that if you haven't already. That's just a side note. But I think for me, and this is something that I'm going to write about whenever that prompt comes along, I feel like my journaling is a representation of my mental space, which obviously makes sense because I'm like writing about what's on my mind most of the time. Thinking about how I've had a lot of like not as thoughtful journal entries recently where I've just been rushing through things just goes to show that I've been neglecting being present and taking time to think about how I feel. And I feel like that's a really detrimental thing to do. And I don't know, like, I don't say this to be like, boohoo, poor is me, this year was so bad and I just like neglected my journaling and my mental health, because that's not at all what happened. I just think that like within the past 6 years of daily journaling, this year specifically had the most like rushed through journal entries. At least it like felt like that. Like I would go a week or two at a time just like rushing through my journal entries and just like wanting to go to bed instead of just like taking the time and breathing and journaling and just letting my thoughts flow. And I feel like that says something, you know, and I feel like that is a really good reminder for me to slow down, because like being busy for me is kind of like how I stay sane. It's hard for me to sit still sometimes, and I get that from my mom. Love you, mom, if you're watching this. I like being busy. I like having things to do. I like doing things, especially when the things that I'm doing are like working on my YouTube channel and doing my schoolwork and spending time with friends. But at the same time, like I think it's so important to slow down, and I need to remind myself to do that, especially after this past year, given how hard it was on me. And I want to try to do that and embody that and channel that rest state in 2023. And yeah, I don't know, these pieces are like so sad right here in the front. Like this one is still cute here, look at that. These curls are still going, but this one is just sad. Let's just tuck it behind. But yeah, that's just like one of the many reasons I guess that I like journaling, because like I feel like it kind of calls you out on your reality, not just like in the day-to-day entries, but just seeing the trends over time. Like I know when I've been rushing through my journal entries, that means I'm either rushing through my life as if I'm just trying to get through each day and get on with my things, or I'm just simply doing other things. Even if I'm not like super busy, I'm just maybe not taking the time that that I should be to take care of myself. Because like even when things are going well and I'm like not super busy, I feel like it can sometimes be really easy to get wrapped up in life and like the excitement of things and like spending time with friends or doing whatever, and not like spend time with yourself and spend time in journaling. So I don't know. I don't know if anything that I've been saying is making any sense at all, but hopefully something made sense. It was kind of helpful for me to just kind of like talk about this. And yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to another year of journaling. I feel like this video has kind of been a little bit like insightful and a little bit less of the positive vibes that I normally try to have, but it felt very real. So I hope you guys appreciated that. I did just want to recognize the like achievement that 6 years of daily journaling is, because that is just really crazy. That's a huge accomplishment, and again, I'm still in disbelief. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this like chill vibes video. I don't know, it was kind of like nice and like a verbal journal entry almost for me to just kind of like talk and not think about what I was gonna say next and just kind of ramble on. Let me know some other journaling videos that you'd like to see. Maybe I'll do another journaling Q&A or something. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to comment them. But anyway, happy journaling, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!